Alright, let's keep working, making our low polys. So we've been using a lot of methods from straight up reconstructing it with a quad draw tool to using our original and then shrink wrapping it to even driving it just straight from a high poly and then going in and smoothing it once and then getting rid of some edge loops from there. So next we're going to tackle our belt pouch right here. Let's see, how does our original gear look for it? Actually looks pretty good. Alright, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to grab my whole pouch with buttons and all. We'll duplicate it. We'll move it into our smooth group. Let's hide our high poly layer. Let's bring back our smooth layer. And what we need to do is mesh combine, then mesh smooth, smooth. And that's our smoothed pouch. Edit, delete all by type history, because when you combine stuff, it leaves behind some messy history. We'll call this pouch smooth mesh. We'll place it right in there. And then original gear. Looks like our original gear had some support edge loops on it still, so that'll be perfect. We'll duplicate it and we'll bring it into a low poly group. We'll remove it from our original gear layer. And we'll just do a single smooth because that's way too low poly to capture the beauty of, I mean, look at that. It's just not even close. So we'll do a mesh smooth. And there we go. It conforms nicely now. Let's see if we can get in and kind of get rid of some edge loops that don't need to be here. Those don't need to be there. I'm thinking these need to be there. Nope. So try to select a edge loop where you think it's more of a continuous loop. And we'll just clean up some geometry like that. Whoa, this must loop back around. And it does. We'll get rid of these this support edge loop that's still around. There we go. Nope. See how it messed with the silhouette too much? Bad. And you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and bake the back side of this as well. We just don't know if the pouch is going to be seen from a weird angle where you could see the back side. So let's just go in and keep trimming up some edges. Oh, affect the silhouette too much there. Nope. I got rid of a bunch of faces there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it's an indine. Let's go ahead and fix whatever's going on with these. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just can't get the feeling that these are unnecessary, but let's do the same thing over here. We'll just get rid of. That was really poly heavy for detail that's so kind of small and just extra. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time being optimized on it. Somebody reviewing your models would be like, what is going on with that? Why is there so many polys here? There we go. Okay, I had some verps that were snapped, so we'll just finish merging. Relatively low pouch there. So let's call this pouch low mesh 001. All right, we got the pouch made. So let's work on the thigh armor now. Let's bring back our original or our high poly gear. See what that looks like. All right, so we got this going on. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to make my smooth models and hide my high poly layer. And this is actually the new models I duplicated into my smooth group mesh combined. And then we actually have to smooth it. Smooth once, smooth twice. So this is my, you know what? I think I'm going to separate this. I want my thigh armor, so let's bring back all my layers just to make sure I grab everything. I want this part to be separate. It'll be just a lot easier to make the low polys if I float them in. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's hide layers. And that's my smooth. And then this is, so that's what I want to combine into one. And we'll do 2 smooths on it. 2 smooths on that one. So let's name this edit, delete all by type, history. This is our thigh. Let's call this thigh plate, smooth mesh. We'll call this thigh armor, smooth mesh. Alright, cool. So that's smoothed on that. Let's bring back my original. Great. I didn't follow for some reason. Alright, we'll just put them back on. There we go. And I'm going to derive my low polys from these, so I'm going to grab all this. I'm just going to grab actually these two. I'm not going to duplicate all that kit bash stuff. Control D, duplicate, and let's drop it into low poly. Hide our high poly gear, and let's see what we're working with. That's our smooth. Alright, so let's do a single smooth on the thigh plate. Very nice. Let's get rid of some of the superfluous edge loops, like around the outside here. We'll leave that natural bevel in there. Let's see if we can get away with deleting the edge loops. And we'll just keep it heavy like that. We'll err on the side of heavier rather than lighter since this is our first character. And this is our high poly. That's weird that happened. I must have been smoothing this in a weird way. Well, either way, I need to delete this depression. Well, you know what? I'm not. Let's do a smooth. We'll build it into the low poly, and then we'll just pick up the kit bash stuff from there. But not needed. Not needed. Not doing anything. Okay. I don't like that. It's too heavy. Alright. Abort that. What I'm going to do is bring back in my original gear for this. Very nice and smooth. Control D. There's my original. Now let's make it my low poly. Gear original. Remove it. There we go. There we go. Now we'll do a smooth on this. And we will just pick up that depression with a normal. Let's put that support edge loop right in there. That's what was giving us that weird geometry earlier. We do it down here. Yep. Alright. So we'll take our original, and our original base mesh had some edge loops, support edge loops on it already. So if we do a simple smooth, it's a little bit more manageable to turn into a low poly from our original. So you didn't have all those weird triangles going on. There we go. Bevel's already built in. Bevel's built in. I think we have some N-gons now. So let's do a mesh cleanup. There we go. Let's select matching polygons faces with more than 4 sides. Let's turn off non-manifold geometry. Yeah, right where I thought they would be. Okay, because there was just a weird little triangle thing going on. So we'll just grab my multi-cut tool, and we'll just terminate it right there. So we turned an N-gon into a triangle and a quad. Let's do a cleanup again. And we still have an N-gon right here. There we go. Perfection. All right. So let's call this, what was it? Thigh plate, low mesh, 1. Armor, low mesh, 1. Increment and save. And we'll pick up this depression detail in the normal map. All right, so let's keep going. We got our knee next. Let's bring in my high poly gear. Pretty simple. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate my high poly once. Let's grab it and drop it into my smooth group. You can see there's my knee plate thing. Mesh. Smooth once, smooth twice. Now we got a knee plate. We'll call this knee armor smooth mesh. Let's do the same thing for the low poly. I think I can drive it from the high poly pretty easy. Control D, duplicate. This time we'll drop the duplicated knee armor into the low poly group. And I'll do 1 smooth and then go in and clean up. Nope. 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 Didn't need those. There's a lot of weird stuff going on right here. Got some weird stuff up here. Just delete that. Turn into a triangle, but no big deal. Low poly. And this is a little suspect. I think that makes an N-gon. So instead, I'm going to snap that right there. I just can't see me having that. I just can't see me having that edge right there. In fact, I can't see myself having big time having it. There doesn't need to be 2 edge loops going around there. So I'll tie those off. And now we're just left with that. We get a nasty end gun right here. Multi-cut tool to the rescue. I'm doing all of this in one sitting. Is that beveled nicely? Yeah, we'll go with it. This whole thing has just been troublesome. I will leave it. We'll call that a nice bevel right there and right there. I need to tie these together. Yeah, I think I do. Just playing fast and loose with the rules. Nah, there's really no rules as long as it looks good. And it's not too distressed. There we go. Alright, and that's our low poly knee guard. Wait a minute. Oh, did the same thing. That should stay in my high poly gear. And then all the work I did on this one. I mixed up my duplicated and my gear high poly. This one has more faces, so it's what I want. There we go. Knee armor. Low mesh 01. Wow, we've come a long way. All these low polys. Okay. And now let's just move on to the boots. So let's bring in my high poly gear, high poly. And here we go. So I'm going to duplicate all of these things. Drop them into my smooth group. Let's hide my high poly gear. Combine these all. And we'll do a smooth. And that's my smooth group. Edit, delete all by type history because we combined and left some trash in our outliner. Boot, smoothed, mesh. Alright. And let's bring back our high poly boot. I'm going to duplicate it, drag and drop it in my low poly. Hide my high poly layer. Show my low poly layer, and this is what I get. And again, we'll do a single smooth on my high poly and then go in and delete unnecessary edge loops. Created an N-gon right there. That will just snap. Kind of a lot of edge loops down here to get rid of. I'll keep that bottom one there. I wonder if there's a continuous edge flow over here I can get rid of. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. And get rid of that one. This will really form a nice bond to the silhouette. Alright, that might have been it. Let's go to mesh. Clean up. Oh yeah, we got some N-gons there. And then I think the rest, we just need to merge. Mesh. Clean up. Free of N-gons, and we have our low poly boot. Oh, that's weird. We'll just select these two verts and merge them together and reposition. Did that happen over here too? I reckon not. I want to see something here. That's really bad. We'll just leave it. Okay. Look at all these low polys. They're ready to be UV'd and baked. Alright, so that does it for these props. We're going to move on to the rocket pack helmet and face next.